Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44, on my Facebook page, True Divine 44. Like, shares, subscribes and comments are greatly appreciated on either or both of those platforms. Much love to everybody who's been doing that thus far. Thank you for all of the private clients who've come to me. It helps support my family when people come to me for that, so I really do appreciate it and value it. And for now, I'm putting out as much free content as I can. One, to show what I can do, and two, to support, guide and inspire the collective. Because they're general, I pick up on the collective energies, whether that's through daily energy reads or whether that's through the monthly signs that I'm getting through now. I pick up on the collective. So it is general. So some of it might resonate with you, some of it might not. It might all resonate with you, it might all not. You've just got to check in month to month or day to day for the daily energy reads. When you go into a personal reading, it's much more in depth, it's much more connected, it's one-to-one, it's much more expansive on the subjects you can look at and the questions you can ask and the answers you can gain. So just bear that in mind. Take what leaves you, take what leaves you, take what resonates with you, take what helps you, supports you and guides and inspires you, but leave the rest behind. There's no use bending readings to your will, because then you just won't get the support that you truly deserve. So for Libra, for April 2020, we'll have the first card for the first week of April being the Emperor, but it's the Emperor in reverse. So there's a real feeling of domination here, of inflexibility, of where instead of it being a solid foundation that you can grow upon and flow over, it is a foundation that has been built like a prison wall. It's something dominating you, and you're feeling dominated by it, feeling controlled, feeling very hemmed in. Now, to clarify that, we have the Five of Cups, where this person is in despair. This person is focusing on the sadness in their lives, the disappointment in their lives, the hurt or betrayal in their lives. Now, this won't resonate with too many, I hope, but I've had people I've had on my heart very much so during this whole crisis shenanigans. People who have been isolated and stuck in doors inside with violent partners, with abusive parents. And if that is you that I'm connecting to, I reach out to you. You're welcome to message me for some support. But there are cups behind you. There are cups that are upright behind you. The options might not seem like they're there. It might be that you're so focused on the hurt and the pain that this dominating person, this controlling person has got over you. But try and look up, try and turn around and look at every option you can possibly find, because as soon as you start looking, this card tells you that there's options there, as obscure and as hidden and maybe more difficult to find in current circumstances as they are there, and they're there for you to take hold of. And as soon as you start looking, as soon as you turn around, look up and look at these two cups that are standing up, and start reaching out for that support, that help to get out of this dominating relationship, whether that's parents or partner, the options will become more and more apparent to you. So please do that. Please don't allow yourself to be put in this position for any longer. Please don't allow yourself to be hurt and controlled this way. You have a life, you have a journey to travel, you have experiences to experience, you have love to find, you have true relationships, friendships that build you up, hold you up and support you, and that you can do for them, that it's reciprocity within those relationships, that you can find balance in your life, you can find healing and hope. And that's what I ask you to find right now, is hope. Look up and make these opportunities apparent to yourself. Look for them, because you will find them. You do have the capacity, although you don't feel like it, although you feel drained, although you feel low, although your energy levels feel zapped, you still have it in you. If you're breathing, if you're watching this video, you are still seeking, so you still have it in you to save yourself, get yourself out of this situation and build a whole new life that you right now you can't even imagine. You can't even see what is in these 2 cups. But people like me, other people that will be coming around you, if you do reach out for this support, can help show you exactly what opportunities are in these 2 cups, that what you've got you can take forward and you can use for your benefit and the benefit of others around you. And that anything within this cycle that you've been in that has broken you down, you can actually use when you go forward to build you up and actually build others up. You can do good with what you've been through, not only for yourself but for others too. So that's a very important message. On the other side of things, there's Libras that are feeling very hemmed in just by the current circumstances that we are collectively experiencing. Very domineering control, very over the top control, micromanaging, and it doesn't feel comfortable. Maybe it is that some of you Libras didn't have the opportunities or hadn't taken the time to prepare for anything like this, and you feel like you're in a much worse circumstance than some others also, that you haven't got the stores, the preparations, you haven't got the finances to help see you through what's going on right now. And again, I know it's hard, I know, because it's the last thing you feel like you've got the energy to do, but for you also the same message goes. Turn around and look for these opportunities, because these 2 cups, these opportunities will become apparent to you once you start looking. It's just the fact that you're not facing the right way, you're not looking the right way, that they haven't before now. So for the first week it is a bit heavy, it is a bit, hard, difficult, very difficult. So for the second week we have the 10 of Swords, which is awesome. It's never an easy card to see, because the 10 of Swords, they're swords, and in a lot of the decks they're swords in your back, like they're depicted as somebody on the ground with swords in the back and they're bleeding out. Now this 10 of Swords is an end of a cycle, of course, and the opening up for a beginning of a new. And it represents all of this domineering abuse and pain that is depicted in the first week of April. It represents all of those harsh lessons, but because you've reached the 10, instead of them just being experiences now and painful experiences, they're lessons now. Again, like I said before, that you can use, that you can take forward and move forward with. To clarify, this card is the 6 of Cups, and this speaks of the fact that Libra, you're doing so well if this resonates with you, because in this second week you have the opportunity to be looking back. The 6 of Cups represents looking back at the past, and you're looking back at the past, you're looking back at these 10 of Swords, you're looking back at all of the hurts and pains and trials and tribulations that you went through during this cycle. And instead of just burying it, instead of just pretending it didn't happen, or just being so relieved that it's coming to an end, that you just, pretend that's not you, that didn't happen to you, that's not how it happened. You're seeing it through truthful eyes. You're being brave enough and warrior-like enough to see exactly what went on during this cycle, what happened during this cycle, what you allowed to happen to yourself during this cycle, how you allowed that to happen to yourself. And I know that doesn't sound great, because it might sound a bit harsh. I don't mean it harsh at all. I mean that because I've been through similar circumstances, and it's the fact that there's some leaks somewhere, there's some conditioning there, there's some labels there that we've accepted for ourselves, so that gives an entry point for relationships, for people, and situations like that to enter into our life. So you're looking back at this very truthfully. You're looking back at this in a way that this Ten of Swords actually represents something awesome, because it represents you being able to go forward with your life and use every single one of these lessons to not limit you, to not pull you down, but to help expand you, to help keep you straight, to help keep you on the right path, to not go down that path again. And by looking at these lessons, not dwelling in them, but looking at the situations you've been in, looking at what's happened to you, and transmuting those emotions that come up via those thoughts when you're looking back. You really are, you're healing. This is a healing combination right here, and it's very powerful, and it can't be underestimated as to what you're doing here in this second week of April. If this resonates with you, this is something huge for your future and for anybody that comes around you, because you would be a beacon of hope. You would be somebody who didn't fall into victimhood, but fell into being the warrior that they really are. And so you're an example. That's what you are. You're an example because of the work you're doing here in this second week of April. So on the third week, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And this is building new relationships, new connections, rooting yourself in different ground, rooting yourself in different circumstances, in different friendship circles. But also, of course, it's a pentacle. So it's this new opportunity for your material world, where you're living, how you can live, who you live with, all of those things coming in you. And it's for you to decide, it's for you to manifest, but the option is there that the universe is helping you, and you're working in conjunction with the universe around you to connect with the energy of this Ace of Pentacles, this new start, this building of a new physical world, a new reality for you to live in, the new people around you, all of it being good, all of it feeling so good, all of it feeling, after these 4 cards in the first 2 weeks, feeling such a relief, almost like a kid in a amusement park. You know, everything looks so bright, everything looks so musical and loud and fun, and it's your new world opening up, building up, and that you're bringing that in. That is all you, because of the work you've put in here. To clarify this, we have the Temperance card. So these 2 cards here really prepare you for being able to embody the energy of this Temperance card, in that this Temperance card, basically, if you were to slot these 2 cards within this card, this Temperance card is exactly this process, in that the energy of this Temperance card knows balance. You know, she has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the ground, and she can transmute energy, she can transmute things into something that is good, into something that is balanced. And this is bringing new balance into your life, this Ace of Pentacles. It's bringing new hope into your life, but also it's proving to yourself that you are more than capable of bringing balance into your life, transmuting things that were meant for harm into good for you, i.e. lessons you've learned, propelling you forward rather than tying you down. All of that and more. So that's in the 3rd week. In the 4th week, we've got the 7 of Pentacles. So again, speaking of all of this work that you've put in, all of this time that you've spent not doing you, but still being whole enough, even during that terrible cycle, that controlling cycle, to have the wherewithal to be building upon self. And a lot of you might have been putting money away secretly during this time to have an escape route, to have some kind of security nest egg. Maybe buying some shares for some of you, that somehow, some way they've come good, or you've been able to sell them out and get that money to be able to free yourself and start off this Ace of Pentacles. But this is liberty. Liberty from old material constrictions. So that is so awesome for this reading in particular. And it's a building upon. And to clarify this, we have the King of Cups. It might be that some of you have been in this cycle for about 7 years, and that's where your cycle is changing up on the 7th year. So this King of Cups, sorry. This King of Cups is, he might seem a bit withdrawn, but he's so compassionate and so wise, and so measured with his emotions. He's open to new things, but he can take his time. He's not triggered by anything. He's not over emotional. So this is really a calming energy, either coming in around you, outside of self, somebody coming in around you that really just brings this calming atmosphere with them, brings calm to your heart and to everybody around them. Or this is you embodying this balanced heart, this balance in the emotions, and being able to set yourself back from the crowd, to be able to have the wisdom to look after your heart, to know where to put your energy. This guy or this girl, but depending, it's just the energy of putting the energy into that which is going to grow for you, that which is going to bring in material balance, material and financial freedom, that you're going to feel comfortable in your settings. So that's an awesome reading for you, Libra, because it entails such inner strength to get through the month of April if this reading resonates with you. But you have that inner strength to do it and go forward, and that needs to have a lot of respect from people like me, who can feel that energy, who can feel how much it's taken you to be brave enough to do that. And it blows me away slightly, because it's the perfect self-love story of, being beaten down, being controlled, but then rising up, and using all of those constrictions and abuses as things like that would turn into life weapons for you, things that drive you forward rather than pull you down. Sorry, I'm just looking at the cards as I'm talking, because it is a beautiful story of being trapped, leading to freedom, and leading to dominion over self, over the emotions, over the material that you live in, and over the material world that you're within. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So there's this resourcefulness, there's this motherly nature, and even if you don't have many people around you yet, the universe is giving you that motherly nature, that motherly support and space and time to flourish outside of these constrictions, to move forward outside of anything that's pulled you down, that's held you down. This woman is so resourceful. She's the businesswoman. She's very strategic. She knows when to plant things and harvest things. And so you've got this. On the bottom of the other deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So again, just speaking of this rising up to financial freedom, to independence, to sovereignty, to having land to live on, to having food in your cupboards to eat, to enjoying the work that you've put in to get here. And there's just real universal support here. So it's made me a bit teary. It was hard to get through that, Libra, but I'm wishing you so much love if that resonated with you, and so much respect. If you would like a private reading, you can get in touch with me with any of the details above or below this video, depending on where you're watching it. Oh God, it's got me really emotional. Or you can message me on Facebook. So I'm going to go. Much love, be balanced and be whole as always. Mwah.